It's got to be the codec.
Okay, where's Heidi coming
She's
through?
coming through the codec. All right.
All right.
Okay, Dad, can you hear us? See, there's only this going, but there's nothing there. But now there's nothing.
No, there is. I added a second in. Trust me.
Hey, Dad, can you hear us?
I'm trying to pull it up on my phone too to see.
I don't think it's working.
Right. So I'm going to mute my phone and see if I can hear it on YouTube, okay?
Yeah, Manny's trying to do the same thing. I don't think he can.
I'm not trying. I can't pull it up for some reason.
All right. Can you hear us, Dad? Huh? You can hear us? Yes? Yes, now we can. So I undid what you did, Mikey.
Awesome.
Okay, perfect. So, Dad, you can hear. Thank God that Dad's on. Dad, you can hear Heidi.
Hello?
All right. Looks like, cool. Nick Macias can see us. He can hear us. Awesome. Okay, and you guys can see us. Everybody can see us, hear us. Is it working?
I think it's working now.
All right. So, what you guys all missed, let's just start over. This is Mortgage Mom Radio. I'm Debbie Marcoux, and you guys can see Heidi on the screen.
Hi, I'm here from my kitchen.
Okay, hold on. All right, you guys can still hear us now? This is just so much fun. It's so much work. Can you guys still hear us? Just give us one more thumbs up. Yeah, perfect. Okay. All right, awesome. So we have tried and tried. We had no show go out last week on YouTube or radio. We could not get things to work from home, trying really, really hard to do our social distancing. You guys can see that Heidi is at home. She is staying there, staying put, and it took us quite some time to try to figure out how to get a show to you where we were both in different places. My upload speeds at home were not fast enough to be able to run both cameras and, get us on air. So we had to break down and come in, and we had to get here to the office. So thank goodness there's nobody else here. It's just us. So those that I am staying home with, Manny and Mikey, are the only ones here at the office with me. But we are doing our very best to keep that social distance and be responsible. So now that we know that this is working, we can actually start a show.
Yeah.
Lots of changes this week. Tons of things have changed in the mortgage industry. Interest rates up, interest rates down, programs going away, jumbo programs going away. Non-QM products, things such as bank statements and investor loans going away. Down payment assistance pretty much going away. FICO score increases that are required for cash out refinances. That's really kind of what we've seen the most at play, are those cash out refinances. We do still have some jumbo, but our loan to value guidelines have changed. Everybody's just cutting back. They're all very concerned about, the state of where things are at. So
Everything's tightening up.
Everything is absolutely tightening up. So we had to actually figure out how to get this show to work. Thank goodness there was somebody watching us to tell us that there was no sound there. So we had to figure out how to make this work so that we can have our normal show on tomorrow, Wednesday, live at 5, which we will do. And we have a ton of things that we're going to talk about. So we are going to talk about those interest rates up and down. Heidi, how much fun has that been for you?
Oh, well, I just love getting loans worked on and trying to put them all together and find out that rates, from 1 hour to the next just jumped up a point.
Yep.
Sometimes more.
Yes.
Sometimes less. But yeah, I'm loving it.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
No.
It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of hard work. We've had a lot of clients that have, either been laid off or, lost their jobs, been furloughed. They're not really technically
wine.
Right. Exactly. Heidi's drinking wine. I'm going to have to bring that in here for tomorrow when we do tomorrow's real show. But we even if you're furloughed, you're not working, you're not earning your pay. So a lot of very upset clients at the very end of the transaction. Really nothing that we can do about that. That's very difficult. I've had a lot of questions about the deferral of payments. How is that going to work? I've heard that I can get my mortgage deferred. We have had so many questions that have come in, and there's so many topics to cover that we are going to do no commercial breaks whatsoever tomorrow. We're going to bring all of this information to you and make sure that you guys understand where things are at, what is happening, right now in our industry. How is that going to affect you? What are they looking at as far as the real estate market, property values? There is just so much that nobody ever expected to come of, something like this in anybody's lives, listening or watching. Nobody ever anticipated that there'd be a virus like this, or that we were such a strong economy to just drop.
Right. What's the impact? No one expected the impact. We heard about the virus, a lot of us, some people took it really serious right away. Some people kind of shrugged it off, and some people were somewhat in the middle. But to affect the economy the way it has, and then we're watching the news, we're seeing more people, and then to have Trump come out and extend, the isolation, everyone be safe. And now it's getting more and more serious, right? People are losing their jobs and deferments. And how does that impact me? Can I not? I had my sister called me today, actually. And she says, so Heidi, I know you'll know the answer, which was quite funny because I have no idea the answer. But
maybe I do.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
But it was, if I decide to defer my payments today, but then I sell my house and I want to go buy another house soon, how does that impact me?
It's a great question. And that's one that actually you couldn't have an answer, and I won't have an answer. There's no way for us to answer that question because we don't know. That's a guideline that hasn't been written yet.
That's what I said. They haven't written it yet. This is all new. They're just starting to defer. And then I also told her, I said, have you even talked to your company yet, your lender? I said, you're a Fannie Mae loan. And I just know that because it's my sister. I said, but have you talked to them? Have you even found out if they're doing it? Because Fannie, Freddie, FHA, VA hasn't even come out yet saying that they're doing that.
Right.
And then she looked it up while she was on the phone with me, and she goes, shit, shoot.
It's okay. It's okay. We're not on radio. You can say whatever you want.
So, yeah, she's like, oh, shit. It actually says that they are not taking action in deferment yet with her company, with her lender.
Right.
So I just told her, I said, it's just something we can't answer. And you have to decide based on your financial position if that's a step you have to take.
Right.
And I was really clear with her is be careful. Is it something you have to do, or is it something you want to do because it will pad your savings account?
Right.
Yeah,
it's really hard right now. I'm actually recommending to anybody that asks me whether they should, whether they should make the payment, whether they shouldn't, if they should defer or not. My answer is always the same. If you can make your payment, make your payment. We don't know yet if there's going to be a late payment on your credit report, and then down the road, once you get the deferred payment repaid, if they're then going to remove that late payment. And it's too new yet. Right now, the government has not come out and said, all lenders, attention, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, USDA, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Chase, Penny Mac, Dove & Mule. They have not come out and said, everybody, this is the law. This is how you're going to handle it. Right now, they're allowing the lenders to come up with their own rules and ways of how can they help, and they're trying to implement their policies, which could be different from lender to lender to lender, and depending on who's collecting your payment and servicing, who actually at the end of the day actually owns your mortgage. Is your mortgage owned by FHA? Is your mortgage owned by Fannie or Freddie? That doesn't mean that just because Wells Fargo collects your payment that they own your loan. So they can't necessarily make that decision about whether or not they can defer or not defer.
Right. And no one's addressed credit, right? No. It's just about helping them to sustain where they're at today. No one's addressing the future.
No, they're not. They're absolutely not addressing it. And the best thing that you can do if you can continue to make your payment is make your payment. Do not stop. It is, just keep it going. I had another client that actually reached out to me, and then I was reading articles about it, and it was just, basically the same information that she gave me. But, she said, I reached out and I asked, could I get a deferment? And they said you can, and you can get it for up to 90 days. And we're going to relook at it every month to see where you're at and if you need to continue to defer. But at the fourth month, all of those payments are due. So if you can't make a $2,000 payment today, and that's just an easy number for us to multiply in our brains, if you can't make a
Right.
$2,000 payment today, what makes you think that in 4 months from now, when that fourth payment is due, that you can actually come up with $8,000? None of these lenders know what they can't do. Nothing's been given to them. There's been no rules, no guidelines.
Yep.
Just if you can scrape it together, make the payment. And if that means you can't pay your car payment or you can't pay your credit cards, call your car payment, call your credit cards. They own the money. They have a much better understanding of where things are at, and they are going to tell you exactly what they can do for you. So, the mortgage has got to come first. Do not let that go. Keep making that payment, and only defer if you absolutely have no other opportunity or way to go about it.
Right.
So-
We just don't have all the answers today. And it just, you never know. When people first started modifying and started doing all that stuff, it was supposed to help them and everything, and it did. But down the road, it did hurt their credit.
Yeah,
And
it
it
did.
made things difficult for people years later.
Yeah.
So,
No, it absolutely did. So there is so much that is changing, guys. The guidelines are changing. Even conventional loans are changing. Many, many, many jumbo lenders have pulled out of the market. Very, very few that are left. They're reducing the loan to values that are allowed. We've got higher credit scores that are required, down payment assistance that we're not writing at the moment. We're going to get into all of this tomorrow when we are live at 5. So happy that we're able to actually figure out how to make this work.
yes.
Now you guys can see Heidi, you can see me. Manny hasn't had much to say. He was actually quite funny as we were trying to get all of this
He
put
was.
together. So we may have to catch some of that on tomorrow's show, some of the jokes and things that he was throwing out there. But we really want you guys to listen. We want you guys to watch. We want you to put all of your questions into the feed, and we want to make sure that we get everything answered for you. Or if we can't answer the question, at least we know to go back and to check into that further and see if we can find some answers for a later date on a later show. So please make sure that you guys take advantage of that. What do you do? So number 1, you subscribe to the channel. Number 2, turn on your notifications when you know that we're live. Always live Wednesday at 5, except for last week because we just couldn't figure out how to make it happen.
Nope.
It was go work from home, and it was how do we do that? Not really that easy. So
But Debbie's persistence, and we got there.
I am, and it took a lot. We definitely tried many, many things to make this happen, but we figured it out. Thank goodness. Almost threw in the towel. Almost. But we didn't. And so now we're here, and we want to hear from you guys. So give us a call. It's 844-935-3634. Make sure you guys watch so that you can get those questions answered. And, we love to see those questions come through the feed. So please do that. And if you guys want to send an email, that's a great way to get through to us. You can email us. It's Debbie@mortgagemomradio.com, Heidi@mortgagemomradio.com. It's 844-WE-LEND-FOR-YOU. That is LEND and the number 4. And if you guys want to download that phone app so you can watch us on YouTube, you can listen to the podcast, you guys can call us or email us. You can do all of that from the phone app, as well as running monthly payments and checking out what you might qualify for. There's all kinds of great calculators on that phone app. Text the word MOM to 36260. And you'll get a link to that phone app that you guys can save to the home screen on your phone. So this was good. We broke it in. We made it work. Thank you so much to Dad and to Nick for actually telling us that the sound wasn't there, or else we would have done an entire show with no sound. Erica, thanks so much. She's on. She's telling us, great to see you live. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate that. And we will be back tomorrow, live at 5.
Yep.
So anybody you guys
Everyone,
talk to,
stay
get it out
safe.
there. Yes.
Stay safe. Social distancing.
Yes, stay safe, stay keep your distance. Manny's moving away from me a little bit further. And we'll see you guys all tomorrow.
All right. Bye.
Bye.